Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today we are a little late. We apologize. In real life, duties comes first, but we have a bunch of stuff to go over, so on screen. So there is a lot of things that were released on Star Trek Online's official Twitter feeds. So what we're gonna do is go over them, drop the two ECs, of course, and then give our conclusions. So here we go. Now again, captains, I don't normally do patch notes, but it's here, so we'll go over it quickly here. And of course, all these blogs will link in the description below. Console resolved an issue causing the beam of firing positions on the Vesta variant of the multi-mission science vessel, highly recommended, found to be incorrectly positioned. Resolved an issue that was causing various swimsuit pieces to not appear properly. This update will fix many swimsuit issues, but others are still being investigated. Resolved an issue where the passive on the unstable planetoid detonation console wasn't properly affecting all abilities it should. Resolved an issue where Universal Kit Module Strange Energies wasn't properly preventing itself from being cancelled during activation. The Jem'Hadar gunboat nacelles now combine more neatly with the heavy freighter hull. PC resolved an issue where the passive on the unstable planetoid detonation console wasn't properly affecting all abilities it should. Same thing, I guess. Resolved an issue that was causing various swimsuits. Same thing. Update, same thing. Removed erroneous text that indicated the fleet Duvku heavy destroyer T6 came with partners in arms starship trait. Fleet ships do not come with starship traits. Features: adjusted position of Romulan public visitors on beach outside of courthouse so that they are not sitting in the ground. So there's captains again. We'll link that. So the next one we'll go over here. For, again, my console captains, save 20% on everything in the Lobi store this weekend and get the Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer for the Lobi for the first time. Now, we already have a video for this, but we're just going to go over it quickly here, drop the two ECs regardless, but we'll maybe put that in the video that we did in the description. Again, we went this now. It's in the new site. Again, it's kind of weird where they're kind of doing a mix of both, but it is what it is. There you go. Personally, not my cup of tea, but it's there for you captains if this is something you're looking forward to. Get the Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer in the Lobi store for limited time. The Lobi store has 20% off sale. The Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer is available inside. So the important thing is here, we'll go over, is the date. So from Tuesday, July 14. Captains. July 14 is today, and it's Thursday. Just saying. July 14 until July 18th. Okay, captains? True captains will be able to choose from their wide selection of wares just by visiting the in-game Lobi store. All items in the Lobi store will be 20% off the entire sale. Now that's best time to take command of the Kelvin Timeline Intel Dreadnought Cruiser, or get your hands on the Bullion Heavy Assault Cannon or Shaxx Cannon, or fly the stars in the Zal Heavy Cruiser. Enjoy, captains, but that's not all. During the special events, captains will be able to purchase a Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer in the Lobi store. Find out the details on the ship below. Again, captains, we've gone through this already, but for me, this is not a ship for me. But if this is something you're looking for, there you go. Obviously, the 20% sale. Now, of course, on my free-to-play account on the console bridge, I don't have any Lobi, and I don't intend to unless I probably pick the award. But I feel like with the event campaigns, personally, I'll be getting the event ships, the promo ships, as opposed to Lobi or even T6 coupons. But we'll go over that when we do some updates. So there's that. Again, we'll link this below if you're interested to look at it. Again, we did a video on this as well. We'll link that below as well. So here we go. We're going to leave this one for last, captains. The Federation Responder Bundle. We'll leave that for last. Now, there is apparently something going on here. So we're aware of an issue affecting Romulan and Reman Bridge Officer traits on PC this morning and looking into it. In the meantime, you may be able to fix it by changing that buff station, changing their default skills, or teaching them new skills. Now, there was another tweet here as well. It was for now console here. If you're experiencing rubber banding on console, what content are you experiencing it the most in? So captains, if you can let the devs know through this thread here on Twitter, that'll help. Personally, I've been getting lag rubber banding on Risa and on Upiter Raidus. But now there is a video that our good friend Casual SAB did, and here it is. I will link this below. Look at them jigs. Spencer, look at them jigs. Sorry. I will link this below. I did ask for his permission first before showing this off, but it's marked at 3:30 talking about it. But from what I can surmise or what I can understand is that apparently not everyone is experiencing a loss of crit chance, I believe, or crit severity, whatever. They lost some DACA. Okay, they lost their DACA for the pew-pews. So of course, if you're doing a lot of parsing for the end game, this would matter because you would find a reduction in your performance. So again, captains are working on it. We can still pew-pew, maybe just not as fast. Okay, so there's that. Again, I will link our good friend Spencer's video below because he explains it better. He does a lot of these testing. So we'll leave it to that link below. Now, this is strange. This was today, 7 hours ago. The California class Scorpion Cube and many other items in Star Trek Lower Decks are coming to Xbox and PlayStation. Now, this has already been out on PlayStation now for a bit. But the blog is here. We've gone over it. We've already done a build video on it, Captain. So again, it says you're starting June 7th. So I don't know why they're just releasing it now. Maybe they're just trying to catch it up because of this new site. But we're still actually yet to get some of these items here. Like we're not gonna get this gun here, but we're gonna get this, and we're gonna get this because this is funny and you can like move too. Of course, we already have the California class, but again, captains, we've gone over this. We'll link that as well below, along with this blog, maybe even the build video that we had fun in. So there you go, captains. We'll leave that there in the bottom description. Now, that was all. So now we're gonna go to this, the Federation Responder Bundle, coming next week to the PC bridge, and of course, later on to the console. Gives you 3 new options for your Federation captains, including a Tier 6 update to the Olympic class. So that is the emphasis here, of course, is for the Olympic class, because we already do have a Miranda and this Cabot here in game, or the Shran, but they've just added some torpedo pods, which of course we've already given our treaties, but we're gonna go over the blog. So here we go. Now, this is, of course, on the new site. Love this art. I use this for the thumbnail, captains. You already seen that, but it looks really good. Now, looks-wise, I'm going to just throw this right now. Looks-wise, 100% leaning towards the Bozeman. Love the torpedo pods. Could you imagine the space barbability? Space barbability. Surprised I said that without tripping. Is going to be there. Now, the Cabot here does have extra torpedo pods there. I don't like how they kind of just stuck it there. It's just kind of weird. I almost feel like it would have been better if it was just an actual roll bar of some sort, but be different, whatever. But that's going to be there for you, captains. And of course, I think they originally already had torpedo launchers here above the warp nacelles. Now, of course, sorry, I will apologize, captains. I put a golf ball in the picture, but that's what it reminds me of. The USS golf ball. But again, my thoughts, we'll go over this and we'll see how I feel to end. So, Federation Responder Bundle. The Federation Responder Bundle brings 3 new Federation starships to the Zen store. So fast, capable vessels are always needed in the Federation to respond to the needs of the many promptly, no matter where they may be located in the modern era of starship construction. 3 new classes have been purpose-built to support such far-flung emergency efforts and are now being made available for the Federation captains and their allies, and of course players that have unlocked cross-faction starships. So starting on July 21st. Okay, so that again, next week, PC, and appear on console, of course, on a later date. Players will have the option of purchasing the Federation Responder Bundle, which includes 3 new Federation starships and additional promotional items. So this whole bundle comes with, of course, the Bozeman Intel Heavy Frigate, the Cabot Command Light Escort, and the Nobel Miracle Worker Research Science Vessel. Say that 5 times fast. 100% off T6 ship coupon, 6 ship slots, 6 experimental upgrade tokens, 3 fleet ship modules, exclusive to bundle, mirror material variants of all 3 ships as well as their fleet ship variants, exclusive to the bundle, title, first responder. And of course, here is the mirror skin. I'm not a huge fan of this. I wouldn't necessarily get it for that. I don't get me wrong, captains. I do absolutely love and adore the simplicity of the mirror look now that they've done in game. It's not that mustard, but and also not all those markings. It's just very, very simple marking, and it just has such a better effect in my opinion, or my 2ECs. Now, this value packed bundle will be on sale for 9,000 Zen, which is a 20% off for a limited time from July 21st to August 4th. Hey, captains, July 21st to August 4th. After which it will remain available indefinitely at the full price of 12,000 Zen. Each of the 3 starships will also be available individually at the standard T6 starship price of 3,000 Zen, so we can buy this separately. Please note that purchasing any of the ships individually will not unlock the exclusive materials or title and will not result in a discount on the bundle. In addition to their Z-Store versions, each of the 3 vessels will have fleet variants introduced at the same time, may be unlocked by advancing your fleet shipyard to tier 4. Purchasing any of the individual ships or obtaining them as part of the bundle will result in a discount on their fleet variants, reducing from fleet ship modules required from 5 to 1. Click on the images below to learn more about the individual ships and their fleet versions. Now, if I were to compare this to any recent bundles, and of course the recent bundle that I always rave about, and of course we've actually done a video where we rank them, is the 12th anniversary, and you get 6 ships actually there, because I think you also get tier 6 coupons there anyways. I would essentially getting 4 ships here. If you really want to count the fleet, okay, fine, you're gonna get 7, but I don't really count those because that's just fleet versions. You get an extra console, whatever. That doesn't sort of push me over, because the 12th anniversary ships were already like top tier level, didn't even have to. So I feel like this was just sort of a fluff here to kind of just put in for the sake of fluff, my 2ECs. But having said that, you do get this 4 ship. Now, I've sort of done the math here. I don't have my calculator on me, but it's, so if you just take the 4 ships, okay, 4 possible ships, of course, the Bozeman, Cabot, Noble, and the 100% coupon, and divide that by the cost of 9,000, this is less than 3,000 Zen. So if you were really wanting all 3, it would be worth it. Okay, where I get hung up on is the USS Golf Ball. The other 2 ships I'm okay with, but we'll go over that. So that's just my initial thoughts, but we'll go over here, and I've kind of ordered them in the way sort of from my least to possibly sort of better, in my opinion. So the first one, you guessed it, was the Nobel Miracle Worker Research Science Vessel. We did kind of go over this quickly already, but it looks different, but I know some captains love it, so go ahead, captains. You're the one who's flying the ship, not me. So at the end of the day, you have to fly what you want, right? So there's that. Again, the earliest design sketches for the Olympic class intended the forward sphere section of the ship to serve as extensive laboratories or hospitals deployed at points of strategic usefulness as a form of miniature starbase. Although those use cases ended up being outside the ship's core functionality once it eventually went into service, the concept has nevertheless survived. So, when engineers began working on the Nobel class evolution of the design, this concept was revisited and perfected in such a way that separating and deploying the sphere as an immobile support base became a reality. Complex engineering and science that went into supporting this process has the added benefit of outfitting the ship with additional redundancies, and subsystems, making it extremely versatile and often surprising addition to the Federation's fleet. The ship features a Commander Science Miracle Worker Specialist Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Tactical Miracle Worker Specialist Bridge Officer seat. Of course, we can go over this now. 3.3 is the weapon layouts. Of course, hull mod 0.95, shield mod 1.3. Of course, there's the stations there. It also has a Lieutenant Tactical, or it's a Lieutenant Tactical Miracle Worker, 1 Lieutenant Commander Engineering, 1 Ensign Science, 1 Commander Science / Miracle Worker, and 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal. So I feel like these ships that they've been doing a lot lately have a lot of universal seating, which is cool. And I have fun with that. So consoles 2 TAC, 4 Eng, 4 Psi, 1 Universal, of course, because it's a Miracle Worker ship. Of course, if you upgrade it, you'll get another one. Base turn rate 13, impulse mod 0.16, inertia 45, plus 5 weapon power, plus 10 shield, plus 5 Eng, plus 10 aux. Console universal is the sphere separation. We're going to have a golf ball in space. Secondary deflector slots, subsystem targeting, sensor analysis, innovation abilities. The one that, I think the Barclay maneuver, that's kind of the funny one. I like that. You send like a sort of image of your ship towards an enemy around. It's hilarious. So, of course, the Science Vessel Mastery package there. You can see all that there. The Admiralty stats, Eng 39, Psi 48, TAC 21, Special 0.5 crit rating from Psi. There's a picture of that. I mean, I said this before in the initial impression sort of video that we did when it first came out yesterday, was I wish they would up the actual performance of the pet that separates. That would, of course, encompass the Galaxy, but also one of my favorite ships, the Prometheus. It's just fun there to have. So regardless, but now you're left with this here. Sure, why not? The spherical saucers of this class of ships were originally designed as a deployable support bases, sometimes acting as miniature hospitals, relief stations, and similar. Although modern times don't call for this functionality very frequently, the capability nonetheless, exists and may be employed at the captain's discretion. Detaching the sphere will create a powerful but immobile ally. Immobile? Maybe mobile? Whatever. Capable of simultaneously support ally shields while tearing apart those of enemies. Will also periodically release various resupply pods to provide miscellaneous boosts to players in the area. Interesting. So it's kind of like a Kobayashi Maru type device. Okay, sure. Console also provides a passive bonus to Starship shield emitters and shield pen with Starship weaponry. This console may be equipped on any console slot, but only on the ship variants that are part of the Olympic class family, which makes sense. You may only have one of this console at a time. Could you imagine if you had 2? So what's going to happen? It's going to split in half, or the upper and the lower? I don't know. Look, I have 2 different. Attached to mobile sphere session within 60 seconds for up to when launches a resupply pod that uses a gravitation stabilization field to affect foes and allies within 5 clicks every 2 seconds. To allies, restore shields and increase shield resistances. To foes, drain shields and reduce shield resistances. Funny shield. To self, while separated, you get -5 shield and aux. Subsystem power, plus 5 weapon engine subsystem power, -10% maximum hull cap, of course, plus 10% flight speed. Makes sense. Same thing with the saucer separation on the Galaxy. And even the Prometheus. Starship trait, trauma response. While this shot is slotted, shield healing abilities that you activate will grant additional bonuses. Bonus will differ based on whether the ability was targeting an ally or yourself. Each bonus lasts for 30 seconds and may be stacked up to 10 times with each subsequent activations, refreshing all current stacks. Sure. When restoring your own shield, you receive a bonus to shield capacity and shield healing. When restoring the shield of an ally, you receive a bonus to shield penetration for all damage dealt. This trait can be triggered by any shield healing ability that is manually activated, but not those that automatically trigger. Shield heals grant buffs to self based on target, used on self, plus 5% shield healing, plus 5% max shield capacity. Use an ally, 7.5% shield pen. Each lasts for 30 seconds and may stack up to 10 times. So Fleet Olympic Miracle Worker, Nice Vessel. It's the pasture, of course, what we saw in All Good Things. Same detail, just get more stuff for more data. So there's that ship. Next one is the Bozeman Intel Heavy Frigate. I do like reading these lore stuff. Now, I will say, I wasn't really a huge fan of the reliance of this, but this, for some reason, is working for me. I love the side profile. It looks very, very squat. And again, captains, could you imagine the space barbability? I didn't screw it up first time, but I did now. But I do like how this looks. It looks very mean and aggressive. But it's weird though, why did they put torpedo pods on this and then make it Intel? Intel's good, don't get me wrong, Captain. We know we've had a recent update to Intel. It does really well, especially if that extender trait from the legendary bug. But to me, it was a missed opportunity to just make this command, or at least make this special in this bundle by making kind of half-half. You know, half Lieutenant Commander Intel and half Lieutenant Commander command. That would have been more. That would have made sense to me. Just my two ECs, of course. But I do love the weapon pods on this. Anyways, it seems Starfleet just can't help themselves. They continue to tinker with a timeless design of the Miranda class family of starships. Yep. The Bozeman class variant has been outfitted to serve a slightly different role from its siblings by adopting slightly more maneuverability and versatility at the cost of a small amount of durability. This core concept was further improved upon by equipping the class with intelligence capabilities, including improved sensor suites and even a cloaking device, in hopes that the Bozeman, well, everything can have a cloaking device now, but in hopes that the Bozeman class might find an identity of its own that builds upon its other iterative improvements. Now, again, I think it still would have made more sense if you made that command. This ship features a Commander Engineering Intelligence Special Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Commander Universal Intelligence Specialist Bridge Officer seat. So here we go. Hull mod 1.15, shield mod 0.95. So here, I like this. The fore and aft are 5.3, but I think the legendary is also like 5.3, but regardless, it's there. Device slots are 3 in the bridge officer stations, 1 Commander Engineering Intel, 1 Ensign Universal, 1 Lieutenant Universal Intel, 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal, and 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal. So it's kind of fun. It would have been nice if they, again, split this up, make the Lieutenant Commander Universal 1 Intel and another 1 Command. Consoles 3 TAC, 4 Eng, 3 Psi. Base turn 13, impulse mod 17, inertia 50, plus 10 weapon power, plus 10 engine power. Console universal tachyon net drones. Equipped dual cannons, of course, has cloaking device. Radar flanking, gather intel ship mechanic. The cruiser commander rate has the strategic maneuvering and weapon system efficiency. Makes sense. And the starship mastery package is frigates. So there you go. You get the plus crit severity, which is awesome. And the trait here, temporal surge. Admiralty stats, Eng 48, Psi 22, TAC 38. Special is 2.5 critical rating from Eng. So here is a picture of the console universal tachyon net drones, because why not? Tachyon scanning technology has been long used by the Federation as an aid to detect cloaked ships. Nebula. First ship that came to mind was a Nebula. The battle pancake. In this form, this technology has also been adapted to deep scan foes at short range to reveal vulnerabilities that might otherwise be difficult to detect. By attaching these scanners to a swarm of short-range drones, they can get even closer to enemies, revealing more of their weaknesses. Once affected by the net that is formed by these drones, enemies within will receive more damage from all sources, as well as additional kinetic damage from any critical hits they receive. Critical hits will also reliably knock their shields offline, rendering them even further vulnerable. Interesting. The console also provides a passive boost to starship perception, critical hit chance, and critical severity. This console may be equipped on any console slot on any starship. Of course, you can only equip one. Deploy tachyon net drones for 45 seconds, which will apply the following to all foes within 3 clicks. Reduce all damage resistance rating, so it's a debuff. Reveal cloak ships, because we always fight cloak ships. And the endgame pew-pews. On critical hit, applies moderate kinetic damage, ignore shields, and shields offline for a few seconds. So the starship trait, again, is the temporal surge. This is the first time you're offering a starship trait that is manually activated. It must be added to your hotbars in order to be used. Nice! That's kind of cool. Activating temporal surge briefly makes your ship untargetable. Fly faster, handle better, and grants 100% critical chance for a short duration. This ability has a long recharge time and starts on a cooldown. Activating Intelligence Bridge Officer ability or spending time in Cloak or Dark mode reduces the recharge time slightly. Temporal Surge has a minimum time before it can be used again. On activation for 10 seconds, of course, untargetable, 100% crit chance, large bonus to flight speed and turn rate, minimum recharge prevents reuse more than every 40 seconds. Base recharge is 2 minutes before reduced by power activation. So there's the fleet. I do have this on one of my captains there, this skin. I learned to love this ship and its quirkiness and how it looks with all the lasers. We use pulse phaser build on it because why not? The fleet Soyuz Intel heavy frigates. This is just the fleet version. You just get extra consoles for extra DACA. So there you go. The last one, the Cabot Command Light Escort. Now we already do have this ship, and if I'm not mistaken, we actually got the ship for free through a promotion. Oops, through a promotion. And again, I'm pretty sure that already had torp launchers above the nacelles here, and all they did was add this. I'm not sure if that's two or one torpedo launcher, but of course that'd be probably 4.5. So yeah, this is going to be a Command Light Escort. So this ship is a pilot, the one we got here for free, and it's fun. We actually got this along with the Machala, both pilots, and it was like a charity bundle of some sort. So we got this ship already. So it's a great ship. It's fun. I do like this T6 skin. Again, I just wish they would have made this a roll bar. I think for me, maybe not only from coming sort of on the inside of the nacelle, but maybe from the outside to have a little bit better arch. I don't know. It just seems like just an afterthought, which I mean they normally are, but at least the Bozeman actually Bozeman looks much better with its sort of config in my 2EC. So anyways, by improving upon the offensive capabilities of the already formidable Shran class, Starfleet's engineers have found themselves down a rabbit hole, creating one of the most heavily armed escorts to grace their shipyards. This design's most prominent features are the experimental weapon system pods mounted externally to the ship to isolate volatile and dangerous weaponry from the ship's other sensitive systems. Try reading that 10 times, guys. Alongside its new arsenal options, this evolved design also features enhanced communication and coordination protocol to support the ship using the enhanced weaponry more safely and avoiding risky friendly fire scenarios. So the ship features a Commander Tactical Command and a Lieutenant Science Command Special Bridge Officer seat. Captains, you know I love my commands. This is almost a no-brainer, but here we go. So hull mod 1.05, shield mod 0.94, and aft, so it's a 4.3. Device slot 2. It does have an experimental weapon slot. So bridge officer stations, 1 ensign tactical, 1 commander tactical command, 1 lieutenant commander engineering, 1 lieutenant science command, 1 lieutenant commander universal. I almost feel like I would have rather preferred this on the Bozeman, but consoles 4 tac, 3 eng, 3 sci. Base turn rate 17, impulse mod 0.2, inertia 75, plus 10 weapon power, plus 5 shield power, plus 5 aux power, console universal, external massive munition hardpoints. Right. Man, they're making us work today. Can equip dual cannons. Experimental weapon slot equipped with a graviton dissonance flechette projector. Sure. Inspiration abilities. Starship Mastery Package, there you go, it's the escort, so plus all damage, plus critical chance, more Dockcraft for the pew-pews. Advanced Precision Guided Munitions Starship Trait. Admiralty stats, Eng 34, Psi 25, TAC 49, Special 2.5, crit rating from TAC. And so we did see this on stream when Cryptic was showing this. I like the look of that. I really do. So again, it's almost like a no-brainer for me. We'll drop those TECs at the very end here. Universal External Massive Munition Hardpoints. This experimental system explores what a torpedo might look like with a larger size and fewer internal concessions to safety, accomplishing the latter goal by housing the entire system outside the primary hull of the ship in a dedicated attribute external structure. The result is a massive quantum warhead. Just the sound of that. Too different from torpedoes for true interoperability. Holy jeez. But close enough to benefit from some cross-training. The weapon itself has a significantly larger detonation compared to traditional torpedo, dealing its kinetic damage to both the primary target and other foes behind it in a 60-degree arc. Hitting 3 or more foes with the same blast provides improved kinetic weapon damage for a duration. The weapon system has 2 charges, and while they can be fired in rapid succession, it takes 60 seconds to recover a charge. The explosion on this it looked pretty. To also provide a passive bonus to kinetic damage, flight speed, and hull penetration. Console may be equipped on any console slot on any starship, so woohoo! May only have one of this console, of course. Creates a massive quantum warhead which seeks target foe and detonates, dealing massive kinetic damage to it and all foes behind it in a cone. If 3 or more foes are hit by the same warhead, owner gains increased kinetic damage for 20 seconds. Oh, the extra DACA is strong here. The console gains bonuses from weapons training and projectile weapon skills rather than exotic particle generators. Starship trait, advanced precision guided munitions. Activating a weapon firing mode will enhance the next torpedo weapon fired within 10 seconds, causing a sympathetic detonation within the hull of the targeted foe and dealing significant additional kinetic damage if the weapon strikes a shield facing with under 15% strength. The extra damage is doubled. The ability has a 10-second recharge. There's so much DACA. Any firing mode that modifies the way your weapons behave will trigger this ability. It may only be triggered once every 10 seconds. Sure. It just sounds like DACA to me. Weapon, graviton, dissonance, flesh. I still don't know how to say that, but I'm pretty sure someone in the comments below is gonna like sound it out for me. People do that to me when we're on the bridge on stream. Projector, flechette, whatever. Machete, no? The graviton dissonance. Okay. Projector deals kinetic damage to the target, and if the shield health of the shield facing its strikes is suitably low, it will disable shields entirely for a moderate duration. Interesting. But this effect cannot occur on the same target again for a significant recharge period. Okay. Some high-strength exotic materials have properties well suited to hull plating, but with interfere in establishing shields. This property has been weaponized with its experimental device. Essentially a rail shotgun. This weapon accelerates shards of metal at very high speeds, dealing significant kinetic damage to the target. If the target shields are down, the flechettes embed in a hull and make it extremely challenging to maintain any kind of shielding at all on the target vessel. Sounds good. It may be upgraded like a standard weapon, swapped out for another experimental weapon, and placed in any other starship's experimental weapon slots. To target moderate kinetic damage, if it strikes a shield facing under 15% strength, disable all shields for up to 15 seconds. Max once per 30 seconds per foe. I actually prefer these nacelles over the new ones, but this is like some captains actually call it the original Defiant, but for the Fleet McGee Command Light Escort, of course, again, more DACA when you upgrade that. So, captains, the Federation Responder Bundle. Am I going to get it? I'm leaning towards yes. I really am. And the reason is the 2 ships, of course, the Bozeman and the Cabot. The Olympic would be bonus. Now, I do have tier 6 coupons that I can use and just get these ships essentially just for free, the 2 at least. The fleet modules don't interest me. The Nobel is all right, maybe just something fun to mess around with. But the 2 ships there, of course, the Bozeman and Cabot are the ones, especially the Cabot, because it's command. And that quantum warhead munitions, whatever thing, and the traits, it just sounds amazing for fun. But really, I believe I'm going to get the bundle. I will make that decision. I don't have to get it per day, but if I change my mind. Now, you can also probably just get the fleet versions. Now, doing your reputations all the way up to level 6, you can unlock essentially a free fleet module. So I still have that. So I can essentially get these ships already for the, you know, the space bar ability for them. Not the traits, not the console, obviously, but still, if I really just wanted to concentrate on that, and it would still be essentially for free. So maybe keep that in mind. Captain's fleet modules, if you had them with your reps, everyone has access to reps. Just level them up. 5 will nab you that, 5 each. So, and of course, captains, you know, when we do build videos, we rarely upgrade ships because it just, for the nightly pews that we do under normal or advanced, we do fine. They were all just about the pews, the casual pews when we're on the ridge. So again, we'll make that decision. You'll know, captains, if we've gotten the bundle, we'll mention it. Of course, we'll make a vid on this and put on our casual build on this. And I am looking forward to, at the very least, getting that, the 2 ships, the Cabot and the Bozeman, because like I said, they kind of just sound fun. Olympic, I'm not too, or the Nobel, I'm not too down with, but there you go, captains. A little bit of a longer video, but just dropping the 2 ECs, and I apologize for the late video. We had a long day, but in real life duties first, as always, but we thought we would get this out. So anything that we've gone over here, we're going to link it in the description below, along with any video suggestions or any past videos that we've done, especially for the console bridge. Captains, comment below, like the video, subscribe here to the YouTube bridge, and I just want to take this opportunity again to thank you, captains, for supporting us here on the YouTube bridge. I'm very humbled, I'm very honored. I love having our conversations here on the bridge, and we will of course be doing more streams as we try to just sort of navigate on when the best days are. But I know, captains, that I do stream a little later, and I kind of get the North America and over the pond captain. So, but anyways, so first responder bundle, I would say that the, if anything, last thing I'll say about it, the 12th anniversary bundle would trump this in terms of recommendation. Definitely the 12th anniversary bundle over this, but this has some interesting cosmetic and mechanic features that I can't ignore. So most likely we'll get it, but in what variation, we will find out. But captains, with that said, we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.
USS Golf Ball, just saying.